everyone, welcome back to another video. So before we get started into the video, I'm about to share a 10% off code with you all. If you ever want to go onto bornpretty.com and treat yourself to 10% off any of their gels, nail products, anything nice you see on there, treat yourself with 10% off using my code HOVER10 and you can get yourself 10% off Born Pretty. They've got a variety of products on there like glitter gels, glass gels, they've got like jelly colours, they've got like nude colours, summer colours, there's all sorts of products on there. There's even like painting gels, and you want to treat yourself to 10% off, use my code HOVER10 and that will get you some money off. I'm going to be doing a video today on my recent purchases from Amazon, just a little Amazon haul. I was going to do like a quick YouTube shorts or a TikTok on this video, but I really wanted to do an in-depth video talking to you all on why I bought these items and what I use them for, just so you all know what to buy. And yeah, so I'm going to be showing you all what I got from Amazon. This monomer is amazing. It's probably one of the best ones I've used so far. So I actually got like the miniature one. It feels like the 100ml one, really small, just to test it out. That's what I like to normally do with my nail products, is get like the miniature version, see how I feel, and then see if I can get on with the monomer and stuff. Like normally a lot of nail companies, they will sell trial kits, normally have trial kits so you can see how pigmented the colours are, how good the monomer is, and normally the monomer comes in like a little miniature bottle. But yeah, I tried it out and I absolutely loved it. It is quite strong, the smell, stronger than normal, but it's not too bad, it's bearable, it's still a nice scent. Like, I quite like the scent of monomer, but obviously when you work with it a lot, you kind of want it to be a little bit pleasant, and we don't love it as much as our clients do. Our clients love it more than nail techs do because we're used to it now. And yeah, and a lot of the time, if I'd been doing nails a day before and a client comes the next day, they're like, I can smell it. And I'm like, what's that you can smell? They're like, the acrylic, like nails, I can smell nail products. I'm like, I can't smell it. But obviously they've just walked into my house and they can smell it. So, but us as nail techs, we get used to it because we're always working with it. But yeah, this is really good. So that's why I ordered the bigger bottle, because it's really good. It picks up the bead nicely, applies the acrylic nicely. It's easy to work with. If you're quite quick with nails, this is the monomer to go with because it's quite fast setting, but it's not too fast. I've worked with monomer before where it's super fast setting and it's a nightmare for me. I do work quite fast, but I don't like monomer that sets too quick, but this one is perfect. I've been doing nails now for 10 years, so this monomer setting is perfect for me. So far, it's probably one of the best ones I've used. KDS Glue, a pack of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 glues in here. You get 5 glues. And this was like $3.99. It was a bargain. It was like next day prime delivery as well. I used to use the brush on glues, but I find with the brush on glues, they can be very temperamental. They can take a very long time to glue down your client's tips. Sometimes they give like an oily consistency. So like it will be like, imagine trying to stick a nail tip on with oil and it just wouldn't stick, especially with the weather change as well. If the weather gets too hot, weather gets too cold, it really affects the glue. I find because these are more sealed up than the brush on glues, they stay at a good temperature. I don't know if it's the fact that they stay at a good temperature or because the packaging is better than the brush on ones. I normally use the brush on ones when I'm sticking down crystals and gems, and then I go over with like a rubber top coat to seal the gems in place. But with these ones, I stick down my clients' tips and they are magic. They are amazing. They are absolutely amazing. When I was selling press-on nails in lockdown, my customers and clients, when they bought my press-ons off me, I included KDS glue and they all returned to me 2 to 3 weeks to a month later with more press-on orders, because I had feedback to say their press-ons were lasting with this glue. I looked up what glue is best before I started selling press-ons, and all the good reviews pointed to KDS glue, including all the YouTube reviews and everything. So I gave it a go and I had good feedback from my clients and customers. And when I worked in a salon for a bit, I used KDS to stick down clients' tips and it sticks within 10 seconds. In 10 seconds, those nails will not move anywhere. They are perfect. I find with a lot of brush on glues, you're there for like 20 seconds, you let go, it comes off, and it's such a pain. I like to get nails done quickly. I don't like to mess about. I don't like to wait about. I'm very, very impatient I've got patience when it comes to nail skills and nail art, but when it comes to things mucking around, I lose my patience so quickly. So next I ordered these sanding bands. I'll see if I can show you without spilling them everywhere. I'll get one out actually and you can see what they look like. So these sanding bands, they're an 80 grit. I don't know if you can see, but they're an 80 grit band, and they are amazing for like debulking the acrylic when you apply it, or they're good for etching the nail bed. They're really good for like, let's say a client previously had press-on nails and they've got a little bit of glue residue before you apply acrylics. That removes glue residue really nicely. It's good for gel polish removal. I normally tend to use the softer grit ones for natural nails, but if there's any harsh product on natural nails, these are the ones to go for. And that was like, I don't know how many I've got actually. Does it say on here? 100. So that was 100. I can't remember how much it was, but I will link in the description box. Next, I got these. So these are like the finer sanding bands, and you get the, is it mandrel? I think it's mandrel bits, but yeah, you get the mandrel bits. Not that I needed them because I've got one, but it's always nice to have spare, and a lot of them come with it, so you might as well take it, put it in your drawer, keep it for a rainy day. And yeah, so it comes with the bits, and I basically got like one of each in there, which is good. I love these. These are good for like dead skin removal as well. So normally if my client doesn't have like loose skin that you can't nip, because normally when it's really loose and dead, you can gently like nip it away. But when it's like a little bit of dead skin, like on the corner, on the side, just a little bit, I get it sometimes like here, you can just go in with that drill bit on a low speed and it gently removes any dead skin as well. Yeah, they're really good. They're good for toes. So like when you're doing like toe gels or toe acrylics, these are good, because obviously toenails are smaller, and these are really small as well. They're really sealed up. But yeah, you've got an 80 grit, which is the finer version of what I just showed you. You've got the 120 grit, you've got the 180 grit, and you've got the 240 grit. So it gets softer and softer. The grit gets softer and softer. They all get used for like different things. So if your client comes in with brittle, weak, thin, bendy nails, go for the 240 grit. The softer the better. You don't want to go for something too harsh. You don't want to take off too much. You don't want to take off too much of the nail bed. You want to go as gently as possible, but you also want to make sure you etch that nail bed ready for the product. And lastly, these tips. These are probably one of the best nail tips I have used. I think they were like $8.99, but you get a lot. The only annoying thing about them is I'll normally run out of like 7s and 8s, and the rest are like left behind, and I have to keep buying more, which is really annoying. But the thing is, they're so good, and I don't think you can get them in single refillable pack. A lot of brands that I've used in the past, I used to just buy the refillable packs, but they're not as good as these. Plus they were getting really unreliable, where like I'd run out of 6s and 7s, and they'd never have 6s and 7s, and they'd always have like 0s, and all they never had the numbers that every nail tech runs out of, but they always had the numbers that we never run out of. And it was just like, it was getting really annoying, and I just kind of gave up on it. And I ended up trying these out at $8.99 for a whole box, and because I love them so much, I absolutely love them so much, I don't think I could use anything else now. But what I try to do is I keep all the boxes I have, and I want to try and keep the boxes and use them for other things, like, I don't know, loose items like nail products and things like that, or like keep the tips and do some nail art on them. What I try and do is use up that box of these numbers before going in here and things like that. So yeah, I try and use up what I can from the old box. So that is the end of my video. I hope you all enjoyed watching. If you want to see more from me, please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you all so much, and I will see you all in my next one.